Hello students. So in previous classes we have discussed paragraph number 1 to 5, lesson number 7, packing, and this chapter is written by Jerome K. Jerome, and this is an extract which has been taken from Three Men in a Boat. So today we will start from paragraph number 6. Okay, so let's start with the. Of course, I had to turn every mortal thing out now, and of course, I could not find it. I rummaged the things up into much the same state that they must have been before the world was created, and when chaos reign. Okay, so let's see the paragraph 6 explanation. And here rummaged means searched in a hurried or careless way, and every mortal thing means every ordinary thing. Okay. Of course, I had to turn every mortal thing out now, and of course, I could not find it. Actually, what he said here, every ordinary thing, he just turned out from the bag, but he could not find it. I rummaged the things up into much the same state that they, means whatever the things he just took out from the bag, he did not pack it in the same way. He just packed it in the careless way that was in hurried. And now in this scene, in this picture you can understand where is the shoes, where is the bottles, and all the things which are just keeping in a different way. And his friends, who is he? George or Harris? And here see George, and here himself, writer, what he was doing here, he was packing, and he was irritating also. With the help of this picture, with the help of this face, you can understand that how he was irritating by the packing. Okay, now must have been before the world was created. The world was created means what happened when the war took place, and after that if you see the world, so you will see the destroyer thing. But before the war, everything is created, means everything is in a sequence, is in a correct order, okay, in a perfect order. So what he did, he just started war with the things. He just unpacked the bag, and then again repack the bag, then again unpack the bag, then again repack the bag, and ultimately what happened with the bag? You can see the things are kept in a careless way. Okay, I found George and Harris 18 times over, but I could not find my own. I put the things back one by one and held everything up and shook it. Actually, what he said about toothbrush. What he was doing means he just unpacked to find out the toothbrush, but he did not. Then again he repacked. Then again he unpacked the bag to find out the toothbrush, but he did not get his toothbrush. But he found George's toothbrush and Harris' toothbrush 18 times. Instead of finding his toothbrush, he was getting his friend's toothbrush. So because of that, this thing was also irritating him, but he could not find his own, as he was searching his own toothbrush, but he did not get his own. So because of that only, but what he did, I put the things back one by one and held everything up and shook it up. But what he did, he just put all the things one by one, and what he did, shook it. Then I found it inside a boat. I repacked once more. Actually, what happened, you know what? He found his friend's brush 18 times, but he did not find his own. But before repacking the bag, he start shaking all the things to find his brush. And where did he find? He found his brush in shoes. He was just shaking all the things to get his toothbrush. So he found his toothbrush where? In his boot. Here it is mentioned. And then he repacked the bag once more. When I had finished, George asked if the soap was in. First of all, Harris made fun of him by asking that, what about this boot? You are not going to put this boot in your bag. Now this second time, George asked about the soap, that soap is there or not. I said I didn't care a hang whether the soap was in or whether it was not. And I slammed the bag shut and strapped it, and found that I had packed my spectacles in it and had to reopen it. When George asked about the soap, means have you kept the soap in that bag or not? He said, I don't care. If it is there or not, I don't care. And by saying this thing, he just strapped the bag and packed the bag very carefully. But what he found, at last, what he found, that he forgot to take out his spectacles, means unfortunately he just kept his spectacles where? In the bag. Then again he had reopened the bag to get the spectacles from the bag, to take out the spectacles from the bag, and then it got shut up finally at 5:10 p.m. Means they had started in morning and finally they had packed at 10 o'clock. Means it took too much time for packing, and then there remained the hampers to do. Harris said that we should be wanting to start in less than 12 hours time, and thought that he and George had better do the rest. And I agreed and sat down, and they had a go. Actually, the things, that clothes and shoes and toothbrush, whatever the requirements they have, Jerome had packed. But rest of the things like hampers, like utensils, like some food items, like vegetables, like other things, that too were suggested to his friends George and Harris. And then there remained the hampers to do. Means one thing is left, that was hamper, that was suggested to Harris and George. They had to do. And what Harris said that we should be wanting to start in less than 12 hours. Means he said that we will pack it less than 12 hours. Means they will not take too much time. And thought that he and George had better to do the rest. And Harris said that they will, means he and George will complete this work, means pack the hampers less than 12 hours. And he also thought about it, that he and George, means George and Harris, will do their best the rest thing. And I agreed and sat down, and they had a go. And here it's a turn of Jerome, and Jerome said that okay, now it's your turn and you should go ahead. Now paragraph number 8. They began in a light-hearted spirit, evidently intending to show me how to do it. I made no comment. They began in a light-hearted spirit, evidently intending to show me how to do it. Actually, here, George and Harish, they started to do the thing in a very politely, very delicate. She means they were showing that this is the way. George and Harish, they were showing me, means Jerome, they were showing to Jerome that how to pack it in a carefully. Hey, they were just taking the things and they were just taking it very carefully and in a sequence they were just doing. I made no comment, means he didn't say anything. Jerome didn't say anything. He was just waiting. I only waited, with the exception of George. Harris is the worst packer in this world. Okay, if I compare, means he did not say any word, but he said that if we compare between two persons, George and Harris, so George is better than Harris, and here Harris is the worst packer in this world, he said. And I looked at the piles of plates and cups and kettles and bottles and jars and pies and stoves and cakes and tomatoes, etc., and felt that the thing would soon become exciting. And after that, what he saw? He saw the piles of plates, cups, bottles, kettles, jars, pies, stoves, cakes, tomatoes, and so on. And so many things are kept, and he thought something is going to be happen. Something is going to be happen, and he was the person, that who will see all the thing that will be very exciting. He just thought that something will be very exciting, and he was just waiting for that. And it did. They started with breaking a cup. That all the things were kept over there. Cups, kettles, jars, tomatoes, piles, means everything was kept over there. And he thought that something will happen, and what the thing that is started the first? Breaking of the cup. Breaking a cup. That was the first thing they did. Means they just broke the cup. It was the first thing they have done in packing. They did that just to show what they could do and to get you interested. Actually, they did the thing. Actually, they wanted to show us what they can, means what they could do with the thing. They wanted to show. They wanted to take our intention that this is the way. So because of that only they have done. Then Harish packed the strawberry jam on top of a tomato and squashed it, and they had to pick out the tomato with a teaspoon. Then what Harish did? Harish packed the strawberry jam on top of tomato and squashed it. What will happen? What will happen, suppose if you are packing something in a sack and the thing which is made by, means lead or something is breakable, and means that was easily break. So and you have just kept at the down, means down. So what will happen? Like mirror. So this thing happened here, means then Harris packed the strawberry jam on top of tomato. Tomato, you know about tomato. And there what he did, means vegetable. If you just keep a heavy thing on a tomato, so what will happen? The tomato will become a squash, means become a chutney. Okay. And they had to pick out the tomato with a teaspoon, and they started to what? Picking up the tomato with the help of teaspoon. So dear students, I have explained paragraph number 6, 7, 8. Now in next class I will explain paragraph number 9 and rest of the paragraphs. So till then, thank you so much dear students, and please read carefully and understand it. Okay, thank you so much.